Hi guys, welcome to our channel. And you may be asking me, where's my co-star?
Well, I'll take you to him right now.
And this is the Heart Chronicles. So, something's changed. He got the tube out, well, the breathing tube out today. He'll be getting the chest tube out tomorrow. So, what I find new is that, now they know that he is like, immunocompromised, so he has like an impaired immune system. So now everybody has to wear. But the thing that has me wondering is that this whole time, me and my family have been coming in here and not putting this on because we didn't know. So you had me and my family and his family compromise his health without us telling that we had to wear these. Great idea. Anyways, yeah, he got his breathing tube out, so that is a plus. Tomorrow will be the chest tube. That the chest tube is inside where he had the heart surgery, so like all the extra blood and extra liquid is coming through that tube. So that'll be out tomorrow. And yeah, I'll let you know if there's any more updates besides this crazy one. But yes, everybody, he had his heart surgery on what, August 29th. I keep forgetting that it just turned September. It took about 4 hours. Yeah, that was a waiting game. I came here at like 9 on that day, and then they took him back at like 12:30, and I signed all the consent forms, blah blah blah. I went home, waited, then came here, and then they told me that like the surgery had just started and it was like 2 hours later. So then I was on my way home, and then they called me, and then I was right back here to see my baby boy. I did have to, wait in like the family room because they know they had to bring him back to his room, set everything up, and it's crazy to believe, but I don't care how many times I've seen him with his chest open once. Seeing it again, you think I'd be more experienced, and I know what everything is, and I won't be upset because I know this has to happen, and blah 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 blah. But y'all, do you think I handled it well? No, I acted like I did, but I didn't. Sat there, washed my hands, put hand sanitizer on, stared at him, came, sat down, and I was looking, and I was like this is really fucked up because when I go out there, like outside of the hospital, like out there in the world, like this isn't normal, like when I'm talking about him to other people, like, oh my god, like I'm so sorry, like well, this, that, and the other. And then when I come here, it's like it's normal because that's all it is. It's just babies and kids and older kids that have heart problems or having to have heart surgery, and it's just like normal. You see them walking around, all the little kids with their parents walking around, and this, that, and the other, and it's like it feels normal, and I feel like that's the fucked up part about it because it's not normal for my baby or anybody's baby, to have to go through this and have to like pretty much live their life at the hospital. It's crazy. So yeah, you know, he will have to have another open heart surgery in a couple months. So pretty much what they did was, he had open heart surgery on June 27th. He was born June 7th, so he had open heart surgery 20 days after he was born. They went in there. He has multiple heart defects, so they went in there, fixed everything, put a patch in his heart to where to make sure all the blood flow goes the right way. And he was in the hospital like 2.5 weeks after that, and then he came home. He came home, and you know he came home for 2.5 weeks. We had like doctor's appointments every single day of those weeks. And we had an appointment at the cardiologist's office, and he was like, oh yeah, everything's fine. Eventually he will have to get the patch fixed, but that's okay, like eventually, not now. So he was like, oh, eventually he'll have to get the patch fixed, and this, that, the other. And then he schedules us, because it's a weird thing. He schedules us an appointment at the lung specialist 2 days after that. And 2 days after that, we go to the lung specialist. I'm getting ready. My mom comes and picks me up with my niece and nephew when we go to the lung specialist. And, we're in the waiting room, and me and my mom look at each other, and we're like, he is not breathing okay. Like, he's just breathing in, he's inhaling too hard, like. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, is he hot? Like, is he just like restless, or like what's going on? So I go into the appointment, and my mom stays in the waiting room because she has my niece and nephew. They get a little crazy sometimes. But we get into to the lung specialist, and I'm talking to the nursing student that he had. And she comes in first, and she's like asking me basic questions about his surgery and what was his conditions and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh yeah, this, that, because I know everything about all the stuff that's going on with my son and all the medical procedures that they've done, and everything that's been wrong with him. And I was like, and what bothers me is the way he's breathing, like there's something wrong. And she's like, she goes over, grabs her stethoscope, and my bad, my eyelash keeps sticking. And she goes over and listens to him, and she sees how he's breathing, and she's like, yeah, I am not comfortable with this. We might have to actually go up on the oxygen, because he went home on oxygen. And so I was like, okay. She was like, I'm gonna go grab the doctor, I'm gonna let him know my concerns, blah blah blah. So the doctor comes, and I let him know, like, I let your nursing student know about how I was feeling, and do you like have any concerns, like what's going on? And he was pretty much like, oh no honey, it's okay. Babies with heart problems always, like, they breathe like that, like it's normal. Eventually, like when he gets older and he starts gaining weight, then you'll notice that gets better. And I was like, okay, you sure? And he was like, yeah, it's just babies with heart problems. Like, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get, yeah, it's just babies with heart problems then. So I'm walking out of that office, and I'm walking out the office, and I have his Silas's car seat, and he, of course he's in his car seat, and I just start hearing him like making a weird noise, and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm just trying to, I'm going in the elevator, I'm going downstairs, I'm waiting for my mom to pull up in the car. We get in the car, and I'm like, Mom, like, do you not hear how he's breathing? And she's like, I don't know. So then, I try to feed him, like he's trying to eat it and whatever. We stop at this office or whatever, because I need to turn in some paperwork, and then I come back in, and she's like, yeah, he keeps breathing like that. And so we start driving, and it's like we were driving home, and then I looked at my mom, and we looked at each other, and we were like, we need to turn around, and we need to go back to the hospital. So we turn around, go back to the hospital. I rush in. Everybody, there's like 10 doctors, 10 nurses. They're running in, taking him back. They hooked IVs, giving him this, giving him that, drilled 2 holes in his legs because they couldn't find a vein, and they needed to give him medication ASAP. And the cardiologist that we had seen the 2 days before that had came in, and he seen that, the patch was falling apart. And then they realized that the reason the patch fell apart was because there was an infection gathered in his heart around that patch. He was only home for 2.5 weeks. He did not get that infection when he was at home. He had to have had that infection while he was in the hospital, and they didn't catch it. So now we're in a situation where they did they just did the other heart surgery on the 29th of September. They had to take out the infection, the patch and the infection, and then they just, where that patch was from the first surgery, the surgeon had banded it, so to make sure, the blood was going where it's supposed to go. And so they banded it, so now in a couple months he's gonna have to come back to the hospital and get another open heart surgery. So yeah, and he has hypothyroidism. He has thyroid problems, and now he thinks now they know that he's immunocompromised, because they said the only way that somebody, in a baby or a person or an adult or a kid, is able to catch this bacteria is because they have compromised they have an impaired immune system. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to act like I'm all smart, but I'm mixing up the words and stuff. So yeah, like, he has multiple problems, and it's just like, we need to get this under control. So yes, this is this is something that we have to deal with, and what we're going to deal with, because my son's is gonna be fine. I know he is. That's a strong little boy right there. He's only 3 months old and has already had 2 open heart surgeries, and he'll be having another one. Like, that little boy is strong, and he's over there calling for me. So please like, subscribe, and ask me any questions you have. Thank you for visiting our channel.